The 4 upstate teenagers accused of last week's home invasion in Irwin are facing more charges. If you do plan to head out tonight, make sure that you're taking it nice and easy. Completely clear your car off of snow and ice. And also when pulling up to those stop signs and red lights, take caution because it can be slippery. The Chemung County Legislature is asking for state money to finish upgrading a large portion of I-86. Being careful with your hygiene habits is also very important. So if you feel those cold-like symptoms coming on, make sure you're washing your hands regularly, covering your mouth when you sneeze or cough, and using hand sanitizer. When most people think of service dogs, they might think of helping the blind or with search and rescue teams. But Isabella and Josephine are proof they can do so much more. Where is Kelly Rothwell and what happened to her? That's what police, family, and friends of the missing cadet want to know.
Coney 2012 all over the place.
Definitely. I saw it yesterday for the first time, and really an amazing campaign that they're doing just via social media.
Right, yeah.
So we talked to our Facebook fans tonight on our Twin Tears Tonight question and asked them what they thought about it. Sticking to your New Year's resolutions is easier than ever, especially with today's technology. Apps like My Quick Coach can help you with your smoking habits, and other apps like the Daily Burn can help you with counting calories.
Just looking for any contraband that he might have. To anything that he's not supposed to have per his conditions.
Halloween costumes, candy, decorations, and disguises, all absolute no's on October 31st for New York sex offenders on parole.
We look for everything today. It's not just about Halloween. We do this on a continual basis. This is a monthly, as you can see. I mean, you can stash anything anywhere.
Paroled sex offenders can't leave their porch lights on, nor answer the door for anyone else besides parole officers and emergency services. They also adhere to a 6 p.m. curfew and receive random visits and phone checks throughout the night.
All sex offenders will be checked on tonight because it's all about making the community safe and so that the kids and their families can enjoy the Halloween celebration.
Officers say the Halloween paraphernalia is an added restriction, but these checks are something they do regularly to keep the community safe. From testing alcohol levels,
good, thank you,
to checking a parolee's whereabouts,
put the date, time, and then who they are, and then where their destination is.
Monitoring sex offenders is a job they take seriously 365 days a year.
Halloween isn't just the one time that they do this kind of work. This is the kind of work that they do day in, day out.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Daryl, Kirkland-Morgan.
And I'm JB Buno. Thanks for joining us on the late edition. For families with military members overseas, the holidays can sure be difficult.
The Dundee American Legion 660 works every year to bring one soldier home for the holidays. They made another family's wish come true tonight. Debbie Pierce says she could hardly believe it when she turned around and saw her son Robert.
I had no idea till I turned around and he was there, but I would like to thank everybody who did bring him home, and I'd be glad if our other son could make it, but he'll be here in the spring.
Was it worth it when you saw their face?
Yes, I got to see my grandfather.
For the past 7 years, Legion 660 leaders have worked to bring local troops home. It takes a year to pull together, but they say it's worth the wait and the work.
Tonight went excellent. I mean, we had beautiful weather for it. It was excellent. But without my auxiliary, it would have never happened.
In addition to bringing Pierce home, organizers also honored Army Specialist Christopher Scott, who was killed on duty in September, and his father, who was killed in a car crash earlier this month. Family members say it's been a struggle, but both men would want family and friends to live their lives to the fullest.
It's hard, but we're going to handle it the best we can.
Legion members say it's about honoring those we've lost, like Christopher Scott, and those still serving, like Robert Pierce. As for other military families, the Pierce family offers these words of advice.
Stay strong, and thanks for their support, and thanks for their service.
You got to support them, show them the love, and just believe they're going to be fine, and hopefully they all come home safe.
To get more information on how you can help the Dundee American Legion, go to WENY.com and click on this story.
Yeah, sometime last October, I want to say.
Dean and Paula Cacciavellano have lived in Ridgeberry Township over 10 years. It's a community they've learned to love, with roads they've grown to hate.
We all want to go to and from wherever we're going or coming from. We all want to make it home. We all want to get to the store or to the restaurant or to the neighbor's house. I mean, the way it is now, I'm better off saddling up one of my horses and horsebacking it up across the hill.
It's the deep sinkholes, crooked ditches, and little room to pass other cars that makes road trips so difficult. And neighbors say it's not just about comfort, another worry is safety. So why has it gotten so bad?
And the roads were never like this. They changed supervisors, they changed road crew, and these roads are the worst I've ever seen up here. And something's got to be done.
Our roads are getting a lot of truck traffic now that it's never had before because of the gas companies, and these heavy trucks, our roads weren't built for them.
This town supervisor says he understands community frustration, but other factors like weather and equipment malfunction are slowing repair work down. Neighbors, they disagree and say more than anything, it's time to see some serious changes.
Fix the ditches, make it safe, make it to the point where you can pass a neighbor on the road and not worried about what part of the road you're on that you're going to pass them.
From WENY-TV, this is Good Morning Twin Tiers.
Well, good morning. I'm Daryl Kirkland-Morgan, and here's a look at what's making news this morning. Natural gas production from Marcellus Shale drilling in Pennsylvania rose again in the second half of 2011. The Commonwealth is reporting drillers produced 1.66 billion cubic feet of gas per day from July through December. That's up from 1.19 billion cubic feet per day in the last half of the year. Records also show the industry is recycling more drilling wastewater. Less water is going to treatment plants, and the amount of waste pumped into deep injection wells nearly tripled. No snow, no problem, as the first annual Ice Bar Cometh kicks off in Watkins Glen this weekend. The fundraiser at the Glen Harbor Hotel started last night and continues through Sunday. It features a gigantic bar sculpted from ice. There'll be ice-cold drinks, ice statues, and live ice sculpting. It took 6 tons of ice and a lot of work.
One of our sister properties do it in Portland, Maine, and we brought that idea from there to here. So it's very unique. It's something fun to do in the winter months. So I think that's what they're going to walk away with, a great time.
Part of the proceeds will go to the Greater Steuben chapter of the American Red Cross. February is National Heart Month, and one local church in partnership with Arnett Health is sponsoring a free health fair today. The Heart and Soul Health Fair runs from 9 till 12 at St. Paul's Anglican Church. You can get basic health screenings and free information on how to stay healthy. There's no cost, and the first 100 families will get a free loaf of bread. Thank you for joining us as always, and remember, we're always online at WENY.com. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.
WENY-TV, this is Good Morning Twin Tiers.
I'm Daryl Kirkland-Morgan, and here's your morning news. New York lawmakers introduced a bill to apply the 3-strike rule to drunk drivers. The bill, introduced by Assemblyman James Tedesico and Senator Hugh Farley, calls for permanently ending the driving privileges of repeat DUI offenders. It would apply to anyone convicted of 3 DUIs and drivers who cause 3 accidents that cause injuries. The Dow Jones finished close to the 13,000 marker on Friday, a milestone that hasn't been reached since May of 2008. Experts say Wall Street's recovery is further proof the worst of the economic recession is behind us. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose nearly 46 points to close at its highest figure for the year so far. That does it for us. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.